The Democratic Republic of the Congo, situated in the heart of Central Africa, has long been a subject of international interest due to its vast natural resources and strategic significance. Rich in minerals such as cobalt, copper, diamonds, and coltan, this country is not only a critical supplier for global industries but also a potential economic powerhouse. As we explore the complexities surrounding the DRC, we discover a story shaped by colonial exploitation, post-independence turmoil, and persistent unrest, driven by the quest for control over its rich mineral wealth. Please like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. What historical events have shaped the DRC's turbulent journey? The DRC's turbulent history traces back to the era of colonial exploitation and post-independence strife, marked by the brutal regime of King Leopold II of Belgium and the subsequent transition to Belgian Congo. The Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 granted King Leopold II of Belgium personal control over the Congo Free State, leading to a brutal regime focused on extracting rubber and ivory. The transition to Belgian Congo in 1908 did little to alleviate the suffering of the Congolese people. Post-independence in 1960, the DRC, known as Zaire, faced immediate turmoil. The assassination of its first Prime Minister, Patrice Lumumba, shortly after independence, sent shockwaves through the nation. His death paved the way for Mobutu Sese Seko, who ruled until 1997, an entrenched dictatorship characterized by corruption and kleptocracy. The First and Second Congo Wars, spanning from 1996 to 2003, further plunged the DRC into chaos and devastation. The Congo Wars involved multiple African countries and internal factions and resulted in millions of deaths, widespread displacement, and humanitarian crises marked by disease, starvation, and violence. The human toll of this conflict has been staggering. The Second Congo War alone resulted in an estimated 5.4 million deaths, most due to disease and starvation, exacerbated by the war. In the years following, sporadic but intense violence has continued, particularly in the eastern provinces of North and South Kivu, where numerous armed groups vie for control over mineral-rich territories. What makes the DRC's mineral wealth so coveted? Strategically situated in Central Africa, the DRC shares borders with 9 countries, positioning it as a vital center for regional stability. However, it has been engulfed in violent unrest for decades, marked by a series of conflicts, primarily driven by the quest for access to and control over its abundant mineral resources. It is understandable that it attracts the intense interest of foreign entities. The country is home to some of the richest mineral reserves in the world, including vast quantities of critical minerals such as cobalt, coltan, copper, gold, and diamonds. These minerals are essential for various high-tech industries and global economic sectors. The DRC holds approximately 50% of the world's cobalt reserves, making it the leading global producer of this mineral. Cobalt is crucial for the production of lithium-ion batteries, which power smartphones, electric vehicles, and other electronic devices, making it indispensable in the rapidly growing tech and green energy sectors. Coltan is another vital mineral abundant in the DRC, used to produce tantalum capacitors found in many electronic devices, from mobile phones to gaming consoles. The country's reserves of copper are also among the largest globally, with the Katanga region particularly rich in high-grade copper deposits. Gold and diamonds are found in significant quantities, with artisanal and small-scale mining widespread throughout the country. The estimated financial value of the DRC's mineral resources is staggering, with conservative estimates placing it in the trillions of dollars. According to some reports, the untapped mineral wealth is valued at around $24 trillion. Different ethnic groups often control or claim territory rich in specific minerals, leading to competition and violence. This competition fuels the activities of armed groups who exploit resources to fund their operations and often recruit fighters based on ethnicity. How has foreign involvement exacerbated internal conflict? Foreign involvement has significantly influenced the nature and persistence of unrest in the DRC. During the Second Congo War, The conflict drew in forces from several neighboring countries, including Rwanda, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, and Namibia, each pursuing its strategic interests. Rwanda and Uganda in particular have been implicated in supporting rebel groups in the eastern DRC to control resource-rich areas. Reports from the United Nations have documented the involvement of these and other external actors in exploiting the DRC's mineral wealth through proxy militias. These foreign interests are said to provide weapons or military training, financial support, and systems to facilitate resource smuggling. Undoubtedly, this multifaceted conflict has taken a toll on DRC citizens. These partnerships create a complex web of interests that undermine the authority of the Congolese government, hinder peace-building efforts, and prolong the conflict. The United Nations estimates that over 4.5 million people are currently displaced within the country due to ongoing conflicts. The humanitarian situation is dire, with high levels of food security, malnutrition, and outbreaks of diseases such as Ebola and cholera. The material cost has also been immense. Infrastructure has been repeatedly destroyed, including homes, schools, and healthcare facilities. The conflict has severely disrupted economic activities, particularly mining, which is a critical sector for the DRC's economy. Looting and illegal mining by armed groups not only drain the country of its resources, but also prevent the state from capitalizing on its wealth to foster development and rebuild war-torn areas. How regional and international bodies have helped. The international community has been involved in the DRC for decades through the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and humanitarian aid. While MONUSCO has struggled to contain the violence, it provides a measure of stability and facilitates aid delivery. International efforts also focus on promoting dialogue between warring parties, supporting democratic processes, and addressing corruption. However, the complex web of actors and vested interests make achieving lasting peace a significant challenge. Regional organizations like the African Union and the Southern African Development Community are deeply invested in the DRC's stability. The AU has frequently mediated peace negotiations, while the Southern African Development Community has provided military support to combat insurgent groups. However, there's a pressing need for these entities to dive deeper into allegations against countries like Rwanda regarding the export of minerals such as cobalt, which they lack in significant quantities naturally. This necessitates thorough investigation and scrutiny. Such accusations often arise in the context of geopolitical and economic dynamics, where resource-rich countries face internal conflict and neighboring countries are implicated in the trade of these countries. Ensuring that these claims are thoroughly examined is crucial for maintaining international trade integrity and promoting peace and stability in regions plagued by resource-driven conflicts. Investigating these accusations involves multiple layers of scrutiny, including tracking the origin of the minerals, understanding the supply chain dynamics, and evaluating the regulatory frameworks of the involved countries. Comprehensive investigations must consider both legal and illegal trade channels, as well as the roles of various actors, including governments, corporations, and local communities. Accurate and unbiased investigations are essential to distinguish between legitimate trade practices and those that contribute to conflict and exploitation. Furthermore, international cooperation and transparency are vital in addressing these complex issues. Governments, international organizations, and industry stakeholders must collaborate to develop and enforce standards for responsible sourcing. This includes implementing certification schemes, improving traceability mechanisms, and ensuring that companies adhere to ethical sourcing guidelines.